Bitcoin, it just seems like a scam.
Trump doesn't like Bitcoin, and he's going to explain a little bit why. I compiled 2 of his videos. We've got Hillary Clinton, AOC, DeSantis all weighing in on cryptocurrency. So if you want to watch through this whole video, the first half will be politicians who don't like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And towards the end of the video, we're going to have politicians who love and back and support crypto and blockchain technology and cryptocurrency. And they really lay out a great case for why they like that adoption. So thank you so much for watching. Let's get right into the next video.
What do you think about crypto? Because, you know, New York and Miami is really getting cryptocurrency into their financial system.
Well, I never loved it because I like to have the dollar. I think the currency should be the dollar. So I was never a big fan, but it's building up bigger and bigger, and nobody's doing anything about it. And I know it so well. Look, I want a currency called the dollar. I don't want to have all these others, and that could be an explosion someday, like the likes of which we've never seen. It'll make the big tech explosion look like baby stuff. I think it's a very dangerous thing.
So Trump is not into Bitcoin. He's into the dollar, probably because all of his wealth is built on the dollar and not on Bitcoin. So it's kind of a conflict of interest. He even goes so far as to call it a scam in this next clip.
You don't like Bitcoin? You wouldn't invest in Bitcoin?
Bitcoin, it just seems like a scam. I was surprised, you know, with us it was at 6,000 and much lower. I don't like it because it's another currency competing against the dollar. Essentially, it's a currency competing against the dollar. I want the dollar to be the currency of the world. That's what I've always said.
Now, one thing I never thought I would see was that Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump on the same page for once, agreeing on the same thing, and now it's on cryptocurrency.
One more area that I hope nation states start paying greater attention to is the rise of cryptocurrency, because what looks like a very interesting and somewhat exotic effort to literally mine new coins in order to trade with them has the potential for undermining currencies, for undermining the role of the dollar as the reserve currency, for destabilizing nations, perhaps starting with small ones, but going much larger. So when we think about this new environment in which we find ourselves that we've been discussing for the last some minutes, we can't just think about nation states. And
in regards to Hillary Clinton's views on cryptocurrency,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
we don't care.
Now, in this next clip, we see AOC really diminish the utility and usefulness of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, and then she fortifies the argument for central bank digital currencies, for CBDCs. Check this out.
A digital dollar would resemble in certain ways cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin or Ethereum in certain limited respects. But differ in very important ways as well. Rather than a tradable asset with wildly fluctuating prices that we see in certain crypto markets and limited real life use as currency, a central bank digital currency would function more like dollars and have more widespread acceptance, presumably, correct? And just to clarify, it would also be fully regulated under a central authority, right? Yeah.
So I don't expect AOC to fully understand or comprehend the ramifications or implications of having a central bank digital currency. I think someone like Ron DeSantis, Governor DeSantis, could teach her a few things about, you know, some of those implications and some of the motivations behind making a CBDC. And so I'm going to play that clip for you in a second because he really lays out a really coherent case for why CBDCs are dangerous. But before I play that clip, I want to play you a clip of Elizabeth Warren and her thoughts on Bitcoin and why she thinks it's like buying air.
If I buy Bitcoin, am I buying a share of stock, or am I buying a pork belly? What am I buying?
Are you buying air?
Oh, wow. Okay, you're going in. What is it?
I'm going in. You're buying something either is going to go up in value or I think it's going to go down in value, which is presumably why someone else is selling. But that's it. It's a bet on whether this thing, this ephemeral token, will become more valuable or less valuable.
Elizabeth Warren is building an anti-crypto army. This is a tweet that Elizabeth Warren herself put out, and to the right you see actual footage of her training her army. It's not actual footage, okay? I mean, it's a joke. So now let's play a clip by Governor DeSantis on the dangers of CBDCs as a rebuttal to AOC's like kind of backing of central bank digital currencies. And then we're going to play a clip of Ted Cruz rebuttaling Elizabeth Warren on the value of Bitcoin.
And I think what the danger of the digital currency is that, one, they want to make that the sole currency. They want to get rid of crypto, which my view is like, if you want to invest in crypto, it's up to you. You can do it. I mean, like, you can make those decisions. But they don't like crypto because they can't control crypto. So they want to put everything in a central bank digital currency. And I guarantee you, if they're able to ever get away with that, they will impose ESG and social credit scores onto that. And that's going to be a huge reduction in freedom for people in this country. And so what we've said, what we're going to say in Florida is they haven't done it yet. I don't think Congress would authorize it. But if the Fed or the Treasury tries to do it unilaterally in Florida, we'll have a prohibition against that. And I think that that's ensuring your financial independence and making sure that we don't have a financial surveillance state where they know every transaction that you're making. I think that that's fundamentally wrong.
It gives too much temptation for somebody to really constrain your money and manipulate your income so that if you don't vote like they want you to vote, if you don't act like they want you to, or if you don't hold to those values, or if you say something out of line, hey, maybe you're going to get blacklisted. So I think that temptation is very high, and I think it's dangerous for people. So now let's end our video with a clip of Governor Ted Cruz from Texas talking about where the real problem is and how Bitcoin is the true solution to all that we're facing economically today.
The massive spending in Washington is what is fueling the inflation that is hurting the American people so profoundly right now. And it is one of the things that is fueling the move to Bitcoin. And as you may know, I am a huge proponent of Bitcoin. I'm a huge proponent of cryptocurrency. I think it is an incredibly important innovation. I think one of the reasons, I personally am an investor in Bitcoin. One of the reasons that you are seeing people move to Bitcoin is exactly what you said, as a hedge to inflation. That Bitcoin, by design, cannot go over 21 million Bitcoin. It's a finite sum, and at the end of the day, a currency is a means of exchange and a way of setting value of one item vis-a-vis another item. And, you know, one of the ways to understand inflation is if an apple is $1 and a banana is $2, and you double the number of dollars on planet Earth, then roughly speaking, you would expect the apple to be $2 and the banana to be $4. Now, the math doesn't work out exactly the same, but that's the principle, is that currency gives the relative values of one good or service vis-a-vis another. When you have politicians devaluing everyone's goods and services, they look for other ways to store value. It's why people in times of inflation are drawn to gold, or drawn to silver, or drawn to real estate, or commodities, other hard assets, as it hedges to inflation. So I am a big proponent of Bitcoin. I think the single greatest threat to Bitcoin and crypto is Washington politicians screwing it up, and it is a very real threat. You asked if I would support our going to it as legal tender. Look, I'm not looking for the government to make the choice to supplant the dollar. I know there are a lot in the Bitcoin community that believe it will inevitably go that way, and if it does, I'm fine with that too. But I don't think you should have a government mandate to make it so, but I think it is important. I think the Bitcoin community and the crypto community writ large is an incredibly blossoming industry. China just shut it down. Texas is becoming ground zero for Bitcoin and crypto. I want to welcome everyone to Texas. And I actually think the Bitcoin world is at a fork in the road an awful lot like big tech was about 15 years ago. Where big tech in Silicon Valley, it could have gone one road to being a libertarian utopia, leave me alone, let us be free and innovate, or it could have gone the road it chose, which is a woke, scolding, censoring, socialist mob. And unfortunately, it chose the latter. My hope is that Bitcoin and crypto chooses the former, And so I think we ought to be looking for ways to encourage innovation and development in Bitcoin and crypto more broadly.
Thank you so much for watching till the end here. Give me a like on this video if you really enjoyed it. And I've got a bonus clip for you from Senator Cynthia Lummis and her stance and suggestions for you on Bitcoin.
I encourage people to buy and hold. I encourage them to save Bitcoin for their retirement, for their future. And that's because as the Congress spends trillions and trillions of dollars and is flooding our economy and the world economy with US dollars, there's no way that we cannot debase the value of the US dollars. I buy Bitcoin and I hold Bitcoin.